Guys, what's up? I got the plays for you guys for the NBA games on Friday. We got another 4 plays for you in this video that we're going to get into very quickly. First, before we do, little recap the day before on Thursday. We only had one game, so like I said, it was pretty light. Didn't need to do too much. We ended up missing because the game was obviously a huge blowout. So hopefully getting back to normal here. We have 2 games. We have 2 actually really good games and 4 picks. So hopefully we can bounce back in this video and cash a 4-leg. Before we get into it, make sure to drop a like on this video, guys. Obviously, it's free. Takes 1 second. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys that drops a like. Again, it's one button, guys. Please help me out. Drop that like, and I'd really appreciate that. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel either. I post these free pick videos for you every single day, so make sure to subscribe so miss any of the future videos. We have been doing very well in the playoffs so far, and we're hoping to do even better again today and continue and get hopefully back on another hot streak, which we were on for a little bit there, but I want to get back on another one. So before we get into the plays today, we also have a VIP, which is completely free, and it gives you a ton of extra plays every single day. So everyone in VIP just gets text messages of screenshots of all of my favorite plays every single day. It's a ton of extra plays, and again, it's directly texted right to your number. It's literally screenshots. It's no weird Discord or anything like that. It's super simple, super easy. All you have to do if you want to get in the VIP for an entire month for completely free, all you have to do is make sure you live in one of these white or gray states on this map right here, including even parts of Canada. That means if you live in one of those areas, you can download either the Sleeper or the Chalkboard app. You do not have to download both apps, guys. You just choose which one you want to download. I don't care. They're basically the same app at the end of the day. The code's the same. They're all super similar. The links are down below in the description and comments of this video for both these apps. But basically, choose which one you want to download it, and right away it's going to ask you if you have a promo code. Make sure to type in code GHOST before you deposit, guys. You have to put in code GHOST before you deposit. You can't go back and change it afterwards, and you will not get any of the free stuff I'm about to talk about if you forget to put in code GHOST. So before you deposit, put in code GHOST. Just drop at least $10 in there. Then drop a comment down below saying, hey, I used your code. That way I can find you, and then I will send you the link to the free month of VIP. So again, it's that simple. Just deposit at least $10 using code GHOST on either Sleeper or Chalkboard, and you get a free month of VIP. And then also, as you can see, Sleeper and Chalkboard will both give you $100 and a free square just by using code GHOST. So if you get on both apps right now, which I would highly recommend, also their payouts and lines on these apps are way better for the NBA. So I'd highly recommend it. If you can get on both these apps right now, that's up to $200 for free, 2 free squares, and a free month of VIP, which again, we have been doing very well in the VIP also. And before we get into it, last thing, if you already have both of those apps, but you still want the free month of VIP, no problem. I still want to give you the free month of VIP, but just go get a friend on, get a family member on using code GHOST, and then I will give you the free month of VIP. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I really don't care. I want everyone to get the VIP for free. As many people as I could give it away for free as possible. That's what I want to do. So if you already have those apps, get a friend or a family member to use code GHOST for you, and you will get the free month of VIP. But with that being said, let's hop into the video. Again, those links are down below in the description and comments of this video. But hopping into the 4 plays here, obviously 2, like I said, great games. This first game we have stayed away from in the last few videos, but it's finally time to dig in. I actually really like the way this series is going right now, and that's going to be the Pacers versus the Cavs. So the first play I want to take there is going to be Nembhard over his PRA at 22.5. So I talked about this really early in the playoffs of round 1, and I was talking about how Nembhard last year in the playoffs and just in general, the guy plays way better. He gets a ton of minutes, and he scores the ball really well. Also, last year in the playoffs, it was the exact same pattern. He started out with his line being around 19.5, 20.5 PRA. He went over. Then they slowly kept bumping it up. By the end of the playoffs, the guy's line was at like 23.5, 24.5 every single game. So far this season, or this playoffs, we are seeing the exact same pattern. It's slowly been bumping all the way up. Now we're at 22.5, but I still like that line a lot for him. If you look at what he's been doing, he's gone over this 4 out of his last 5 games. His last 2 games against Cleveland, he had 29 and 33 PRA. On the road, Nembhard, if you don't know, is one of those guys that plays way better at home. So he's already been killing this line against the Cavs away. He should do even better at home. My favorite comparison for Nembhard, if you don't really watch Pacers games or you don't really know who he is, which obviously I'm sure most of you guys do. But just to give a quick comparison, I really do think he's the Derek White of the Pacers. I think that's a pretty good comparison. He's super consistent, goes over a lot of his lines a lot just because he's a really underrated player, and he does whatever the Pacers need. Last game, I think he had like 14 assists or something like that, something crazy. Yeah, 13 assists. So if they need him to get 10 assists, he'll do that. If they need him to score 20, 25, he can do that as well. If they need him to get, steals, rebounds, whatever it is, he does what they need of him. This is a huge game for the Pacers. If they win this game, they just beat the Cavs, right? If they go up 3-0, they're not giving up a 3-0 lead. So this literally could be a game 7 situation for them. If they win, they know they basically won this series. So this is a huge game at home. I expect Nembhard to play minimum 35 minutes, probably in the 40 minutes, and he should be able to get over his PRA once again in this game. And then going over to the other side of the ball, Cleveland has had a ton of injuries, and a lot of guys are just really banged up, Garland being one of those main guys. However, he was really questionable to come back the last 2 games. I was shocked he didn't come back in game 2. Now going into game 3, again, a must-win situation for the Cavs. If they lose this game, their season's basically over. I expect him to play. Everything I'm reading, everything I'm seeing is expecting him to play, and realistically, he really needs to play, and he really should play in this game. So as long as he plays in this game, 5.5 assists is way too low of a line for him. We're used to seeing him at least 6, if not 6.5 assists, especially against Indiana. He's played him twice this season. He had 7 assists in both of those games, and he honestly only played like 29 minutes in one game, had 7 assists. The other game, he played like 32 or 33 minutes, had 7 assists. This game, even though he's coming off of an injury, I think worst case scenario, let's say they try to not play him too much and keep him right around 30 minutes in this game. Like I just said, he still had 7 assists both other games where he played right around 30 minutes. But realistically, since it's a must-win game, if they're losing or it's a really close game towards the end, we could see him get over 35 minutes. If he gets over 35 minutes against Indiana in such a fast-paced game, he should definitely go over 5.5 assists. So if Darius Garland does play in this game, again, he should play somewhat of his normal minutes. And if he does, he should definitely go over 5.5. Just the fast-paced games that this series has had and Indiana plays in general really, really works well for Garland's assists. So again, 5.5 is just too low of a line in general right there. So if he does play, I like that line a lot. The next 2 plays, as you guys all know, is going to be 2 Goblins to bump this from a 3x payout to a 4.5x payout. The first play we're going to be going to, the first Goblin, is going to be Jokic over his rebounds at 10.5. So we took this the other day. Unfortunately, it missed because the game was a blowout. But this game, being at Denver, I think helps us a lot. I think this should be another really close game like game 1 was, just because OKC at the end of the day is the better team. But when Denver's playing at home, that should help them to keep the game close, if not even winning by a little bit towards the end of the game. So as long as Jokic is getting his normal minutes, he should go over 10.5 rebounds pretty much every single game this series. Literally the only reason he had 8 last game is because he only played like 32 minutes, which might seem like a lot, but Jokic in this playoff so far has been playing 40 plus minutes basically every single game. So if it's a close game again here, we should see him play at least 40 minutes. And if he does, again, going against this OKC team, he should easily go over 10.5 rebounds throughout the last, 5 or 6 games he's played against OKC in his career. He has cruised over that line of 10.5. So I like Jokic right there. And then the last play is going to be SGA over his Goblin points, which I think is at 26.5. So we're going to take him over 26.5. Not too much to say here. I mean, he's had 34, 33, 30. We all know who SGA is. I don't really need to explain it. The guy's averaging like over 30 points a game. It seems like every game he's getting at least 30 points, especially against Denver in this game. Like I said, it should be close. It's on the road. He's going to have to step up once again. The first 2 games, he's had 33 and 34 points. I expect him to be able to get probably at least 30 points again in this game. So we're taking him over his Goblin at 26.5. That's going to be the 4 plays I have for you guys for this great Friday. Other than that, guys, make sure to drop a like on this video. I'd really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel either. And before we get out of here, I will remind you guys one more time, if you live in one of these states, not only do you need to get on Sleeper using code GHOST for, $200 for free, 2 free squares, and free VIP, even if you don't care about any of that, which I don't know why you wouldn't care about that, but hypothetically, if you don't care about any of that, I would still highly recommend to be on at least one of, if not both of these apps, guys. Their lines and their payouts specifically for the NBA and the MLB are fantastic. If you've been using Underdog or Prizepicks your whole life and you just haven't hopped on Sleeper Chalkboard yet, would highly recommend it. Yes, Prizepicks and Underdog are great for football season. Other than football season, you have to be on Sleeper Chalkboard, guys. I'm telling you, they pay out way more money when these plays hit. So again, All the links are down below. If you use code GHOST, you get up to $200 for free, 2 free squares. And if you want the free month of VIP, just make sure to drop a comment down below. Other than that, these are the 4 plays I got for you guys for this Friday. Good luck with all your picks, and I'll catch you in the next video.